Alright. I honestly don't know where to start with this video. You know, man, I guess this video was prompted by a bunch of haters, basically. Normally, you know, and I feel guilty that I even let those fucks get to me, but all you fucking trolls. But man, I figure if we can do this video to at least bolster everyone else's belief in the EWLS and to show you and make you understand how hard I've been working to get this shit to work. And at the same time, give a big fuck you to haters. Oh, fucking bitch-made Nancy, little fucking couch potato keyboard commando fucking pogues. Hey, let's fucking do it. That's worth one night of misery, right? So, I'm gonna catch you all that aren't up on the story. My base pack, I got down to 24 pounds. As you know, the EWLS is supposed to be able to operate down to 0 degrees with just that 24 pounds, soaking fucking wet, without a fire. Okay? Now what I'm gonna do is do that tonight. It's worth one night of misery to fucking God, I feel so bad you faggots talked me into this. It is going to be a night of misery. It's not going to be comfortable. I've been saying that the whole fucking time. But what I've also been saying is this shit's going to keep you warm. Okay? So, what do we got here? What do we got? What are we working with? See if you can see this. So, right now it is, where are we at? Can you see that? Can't tell. Alright, well, it's 6:15 right now. Okay? I don't know the date. It's like Thursday. It'll be the day before. I'll probably post this tomorrow. Can you see the mercury? Oh, mercury actually went up. That's interesting. It's 20... Oh, no, it's 18. 18 degrees tonight. Okay? Put that down here. So, you can look up the date. Like I said, it's supposed to get down to fucking 5 degrees tonight with a 5 to 15 mile an hour wind. Wind's kind of calmed down now, but I'll let you guys do the wind chill math on that. I promise you it's fucking sub-0 degrees. So, what I'm going to do is kick this off. And then, it's going to be a while before I go to sleep. You know, this is one of the reasons I don't fucking make videos like this. Because it's fucking boring just sitting out here in the night by my fucking self. When I could be inside, fucking my wife, playing video games, whatever, you know. But this one's going to be worth it. So, I guess without further ado, we'll kick it off. What I'm going to do is do this thing here. And then, as I think of things to say while I sit here in the boredom... Right? I'll just turn on the camera, give a big, nice fuck you to all the haters, and explain, well, you know, we got more than ample time tonight to talk about the insulative philosophy of the EWLS, and you guys will see it work in action. So, without further ado, let's see. First of all, there's going to be a lot of people that are like, I've encountered multiple people, multiple dumbasses that they're just like, leaves don't insulate when they're wet. Fine. Here we go. The leaves are fucking wet now. Oh! Twiggy! What about your bag? What happens if your bag and everything gets wet? Fine. Thermarest and Gore-Tex are wet. What about you? What if you get wet? Fine. Now we're soaking fucking wet. Okay? You're gonna see the glory of the fucking EWLS tonight, my friends. So, we kick this off. First things first, when you get wet, you want to kind of wring out the wool best you can. You know. Oh, by the way, I'm wearing everything in the EWLS. the base pack. Go look at the most recent contents video if you want to know what that is. I'm not going to explain it to you. So, in the forest, right, what you want to do is get yourself a little rake. Huh? Little rake. You want to rake yourself up a big pile of leaves. Fine. Great. Wonderful. Takes about 20 minutes to do. I've done it to cut time. You can also use your fucking poncho to, you know, pile leaves on and make a big leaf pile. You want to put a couple leaves down because thermarest is a very good insulator, but it you know, people have problems with it on the snow. I just put a layer of leaves down, you know, so we can fucking help it insulate. You know, you just rake it off your pile. Then you put your bivy bag down like I have. Then you put your fucking thermarest in like I have. Alright? You put your wool on. You're soaking wet. As you saw, it's fucking 18 degrees. It's going to get even colder. No fucking big deal. I run into a lot of people that are like, well, Twiggy, you only go practice in your backyard for like 5 minutes. Bro, I'm not trying to cheat myself or you. Okay? Trust me, if I cheat myself, it's my fucking life. I don't know why you fucks think I'm fucking lying about this. It pisses me off. What reason do I have to fucking lie about it? Anyway, forgot where I was going. There's going to be a lot more of that tonight as I turn the camera on and off and we discuss the philosophy of the EWLS and I give another fuck you shout out to the haters. So, we're wet. Feel it on my balls. Bivy bag's wet. I'm gonna dump the water out of the old bivy bag here. Give it the shake dog shake. That's a Cure song for you Cure fans. Stick this back in. It's already icing over. Oh no! What are we gonna do? All right, and we will proceed to just sit here. Oh, I forgot one thing. Last thing. The wind's not going now, so I'm all right. But when the wind picks up, oh there it is. When the wind picks up, and I'll explain this later in the video. Put your wind block on. Hey. Alright, so you guys saw it was 6:15. We're just going to be chilling out here as it gets colder, soaking wet, with a fucking wind chill below zero. Can I just fuck you haters again, dude? Fuck you. Fucking pogue faggots, dude. You need to get... Oh. There'll be more rants to come. Anyway, I'm fucking done. I'm going to try and make this short as possible. Alright. Still fucking 18 degrees outside. It's only been like 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Oh. Just sitting around now. Got a long night ahead of us. Completely warm, by the way. Completely. Absolutely. In fact, I lit this cigarette with the wet Bic lighter in my pocket. Oh, you can't carry a Bic. They don't work in the cold. They don't work when it's wet. Fuck you. Fuck you. Alright. So, one thing I want to point out. I gotta remember what the fuck it is real quick. Oh, yeah. Okay. I mentioned that I want the EWLS to be able to do this. Alright? Some of you fucking pogue faggots are talking about, oh, you can't run around without a fire, fucking in 0-degree weather in the winter, you know, all the time. First of all, I want to be able to do it. I'm not gonna fucking do this. This is my idea of fun fucking time. This is my idea of not fucking dying when I go fucking the fucking outside. Alright? So, that's the first thing. The second thing is, it's not always going to be winter. That 24-pound base bag, right, is fucking, is for 4 seasons. Winter's one of them. It's 25% of the time, all right? And probably the most important one is I will always have a fire. I could warm up butt fucking naked next to a fucking fire, right? The times I wouldn't have a fire are the times that are fucking impossible and never gonna happen. E&E, Chinese paratroopers, you know, secret militia camps, okay? That shit's never gonna happen, right? But if it does, I want it to be able to. That's the point that you fucking pogues are missing, man. So, I want it to be able to do that. And that's the only point. I will always have a fire. I know how to build a fucking lean-to with a firewall and a fire and gather firewood and make fire in a wet fucking floor. I know how to do it. I will always have a fucking fire. Okay? But we're able to do this right now. Able. That's all I'm getting at for this one. Maybe we'll be back in the next one with something more constructive. Oh, by the way, you guys know me. I'm not a negative guy. Okay? And I'll probably look back on this video with shame. But fuck y'all are pissing me off, man. Some of y'all. Not even most of y'all. A few of y'all are pissing me off. I guess what bothers me the most about it is that I put in so much fucking effort into this. Alright? Into this fucking system. And, y'all are just sitting behind your fucking couch talking about some experience that doesn't have anything to do with the EWLS. You know how I know? Because I built the EWLS. You didn't build it. Alright? You might have used a onesie at one point in time, been like, oh, it didn't keep me warm. You might have used a thermarest at one point in time. It's like, oh, you didn't keep me warm. You might have used a bivy bag at one point in time. Oh, it didn't keep me warm. You might have slept under some fucking wet leaves at one point in time. No, it didn't keep me warm. But you're not doing it all together. That's the EWLS system. Alright? So I guess that's what pisses me off. That you guys think you have these fucking experiences, right? And when I say you guys, you know who the fuck I'm talking to. Probably the faggots watching this video. In fact, they might not know. They might have their heads up their asses. Anyway, I'm not hating on most of you, just so you know. But that's the whole point. It's put together in a fucking system that you have never used, okay? And you sit there behind a computer and say, oh, I used to run pipes in fucking Montana off an oil rig in -degree weather, and the onesie didn't keep me warm. Well, guess what? Did you do enough fucking research? By the way, what you can do in your backyard, I don't know why you're doing it, not doing it, to realize that fucking, hey, if you get a wind barrier, that onesie suddenly becomes a lot fucking better, doesn't it? No, you didn't! I'm waking all my fucking neighbors up. Whatever, it's gonna be a long fucking night. That's all for now. Alright. Let's talk shelter. Let's talk about the shelter system of the EWLS and how I've actually arrived at, you know, this system that is keeping me warm. Now it's fucking down to 10 degrees. Keeping me warm. Soaking wet. Out in the middle of nowhere. Well, actually we're in front of my fucking house. But with 10 degrees. Right. Anyway, so, geez, where to begin? Okay, so there's two aspects of the system, right? There's fucking, insulation and waterproof, windproof. Insulation, wool. That's all I'm gonna say. The wool. Let's not even start there. Let's talk about, since we want to be able to operate without a fire, the only heat we can count on generating is the heat that our body fucking generates, right? And that's it. So, how do you trap that? You trap that with, you can trap it with a blanket or a sleeping bag, but, you can't wear a blanket, you can't wear a sleeping bag. Trust me, I've tried. We want to be able to move. The EWLS base bag is the whole concept really is about mobility. You want to be able to move. I want to be able to move. That's just one of my goals for it. So you gotta have clothes to do that, right? Because you can't wear that shit. So the insulation is going to be clothes. And it's going to be wool clothes. It is wool clothes because wool insulates while it's wet. I don't know if you can see this, but my hat is fucking a ring of crust. My gloves are fucking frozen. You know, my pants are fucking, I don't even, you probably can't see it, but you know, they're fucking frozen. You know, everything's on the outside is frozen. But the wool insulates while wet, right? So your body with regard to your body generating heat, your body generates heat. If you go look at like a thermal image, most of it's around the face, the head, the neck, and your upper shoulders area, right? You got other places, but these are like the main ones. So I have found in my quest to get down to the bare minimum, you know, that will insulate you, that you need 2 layers for your head, 2 layers for your neck. My 2 layers for my head are this wool beanie. Well, first I got the wool balaclava that covers the head and neck. Then I got a wool beanie. Then I got a wool scarf, right? USGI wool scarf. So I got 2 layers for the head and neck. You need 2 layers for your torso. I've got that onesie, right, which it puts 1 layer on everything, on my torso, body, and legs. And then I've got that wool jacket that I grab. Because remember, that's, if you go back to the contents video, if I know I'm going to be operating under 30 degrees, I just grab a wool jacket. That is my cold weather fucking shit, you know. So, I got 2 layers head, 2 layers neck, 2 layers torso. Legs, they need it, you know, they benefit from it, but not really. Groin, if you're wearing underwear, you know, that's good enough. That on top of the onesie, there's 2 layers of groin. Feet, I got 2 pairs of wool socks on. Feet are an important one too. So, 2 pairs of wool sock, that's 2 layers on the feet. I might go 2 layers on my hands, but I don't really need it, you know. I feel my hands getting cold, but whatever. So your head, neck, torso, and feet are really where I've noticed the body generates the most heat, and that's where you benefit the most from capturing that heat with the double layer of wool, right? So now, because it's wool, it insulates while it's wet. Like I said, everything's wet and crusty, and I'm, you know, if I had 1 layer of wool on, just this outer layer, it would still insulate, but not as much as 2 layers. So this outer layer is crusty, right? Because I poured water on myself, but the inner layer is not. So it's better at insulating, I guess, is the only point I'm getting at. So that's the insulation part of the ULs, right? Just fucking wool. And that way, also, another point, you know, with blankets and sleeping bags, if it was fucking like negative 50 out here and I needed to be warm, I can start doing fucking push-ups, you know, because all the wool is on me, and then my body generates the heat, and the wool will trap the heat. I couldn't well, I guess I could put a blanket over me and do push-ups, and maybe even a sleeping bag, but y'all get what I'm getting at. So, yeah, so the next aspect is, so we've captured the heat. We have the ability to capture the heat from our body with a wool clothes. The next aspect are the windproof, waterproof layers. Gore-Tex bivy and poncho, right? So, wind cuts right through wool. It just does. The more layers of wool you have, the less you're going to notice it, you know. I have 2 layers. My hood's not up right now. It's kind of windy. Not really noticing it. But if it was really blowing outside, you would really know the difference as soon as you put this motherfucker on, right? So, that's what the windproof, and it's more a windproof layer than even a waterproof layer. Waterproof is good, you know, but it's really more of a comfort thing, the waterproof layer. The windproof is a I can't think of the word, critical, mandatory, life, you know, saving aspect. So you want to windproof. And, okay, so, so we have all that. Insulation, body generates heat, windproof, waterproof layer. Now, your body generates, your furnace, where we're getting the heat from, generates different amounts of heat at different point in time. If you're fucking walking around or doing push-ups, like I was talking about earlier, or hiking or whatever, your body's going to generate more heat than if you're just laying still in a fucking bivy bag. And this is one of I've gotten this flack recently on the forums from a guy who claims to be a fan. Whatever, you get a fuck you too. He called me out. Whoa. Anyway, I love you secretly, but fuck you. So I forgot where I was going. Oh yeah. So when you're sleeping, right, just lying down in the bed, going to bed, your metabolism's going to slow down, and metabolism is how fast your body generates energy, and the generation of energy by the cells is what creates heat from your body. So your metabolism slows down, heat generation slows down, right? So that's when the fucking whole thing is just frozen. Everything's frozen. I don't know if you can. It's all frozen. That's where the thermarest comes in. You know, insulate yourself from the ground. God bless these things. They insulate while they're wet. So anyway, we're laying here, you know, most of the time, we're not going to need a pile of fucking leaves, even if we want to operate without a fire. But I've skimped down enough to where, since that is not going to happen frequently, since this scenario is not going to happen frequently, it's okay to, like, allow for some bushcraft leeway in there, you know, because we're not going to have to do this very often, you know. But the point is that we can do it, and that's basically the whole EWLS shelter philosophy. Is if this ain't enough, if the gear ain't enough, just get some foliage and pile it on top of yourself, you know. That's what deer do. That's what all the animals in the woods do, you know. Works well for them. I guess that's it. I guess that's the shelter philosophy of the fucking EWLS. As far as hypothermia and trapping body heat is concerned. So, I'll go continue being bored. See you guys when I find something else to rant about. Here, I'll just show you before we go. I'll just show you all the nice ice we got going on down here. Everything is all fucking iced over. Yeah, I'll be back with something else that I think talk about. It's probably going to be fucking hating on some haters. Alright, it is. Where are we at? Oh, gotta wipe that off. I don't know if you can see. What time is it? I can't even see. 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. And what have we made it? Oh, we made it down to 9 or 8 degrees. Alright. I put some, I've just been putzing around here, by the way, you know. Still, you know, it's not like warm, like we're sitting by the fucking fire, sunbathing or anything, but, you know, haven't been shivering, I'm not cold, we're still wet, it's fucking 8 degrees outside, okay? Everything's all wet. I did go get some pillows, because you know what? I haven't really solved the pillow aspect of the EWLS yet, but I'm, you know, instead of having, I want to have a comfortable night's sleep, and I know that's possible, and the whole point of this is for fucking insulation, to prove to you guys that the EWLS insulation works. This has, you know, nothing to do with insulation. It'll insulate my head, which is already insulated, but anyway, so, just want to show you guys how we do this. Climb inside the ice cave. Have us a good evening. Leaves are going to get inside. Doesn't make a fuck. More insulation, you know. Almost forgot. I'll take the old poncho off. Poncho belt removed. Poncho removed. Oh, I took my hat with me. Whoops. As you can see, I obviously already moved the fucking leaves over. On top of it. There we go. Go. There we go. Alright. And that, ladies and gentlemen, can't even fucking look this way. That is the ice cave. I'm gonna crawl in here and I'm gonna go to bed because I'm tired. I'm running low on battery. Hopefully if there's something we have to talk about in the middle of the night, the camera will turn on. I don't know if my camera functions down to this low. So, I'm going to crawl in here and I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to good night's sleep. Because I can. Because the EWLS works like that. Motherfuckers. Alright guys, it is, what does that say, 11:05, got a couple hours of sleep, down to the, there we go, looking at the 3 or the 4 degrees there, something like that, and I am packing it in. And I'm going to tell you why. First, let me apologize for all the F-bombs. God, it still kind of makes me upset, but you know what? All you haters just don't believe. And that's fine. If you don't want to believe after this video, then alright, don't believe. But the whole point of this video was to show you that the EWLS is capable of going down to 0 degrees while soaking wet, you know, without a fire. That's the whole point of the video. We've been out here for what, like 5 hours. We got like an hour and a half of sleep. You know, haven't shivered once. Looked not even close to being hypothermic. You know, that's the hypothermia test. You know, but it's fucking miserable. It is fucking miserable. There's just, and the reason I'm out here enduring this miserability, this miserableness, is because I'm trying to prove something to the haters. And you know what? I don't think I need to be out here all night, especially when I got like a wood-burning stove and a fucking, you know, bed in there, to prove to you guys that the EWLS functions. Here I am, you know, 5 hours, not hypothermic, my pile of leaves, my fucking, but it's still cold, you know. You guys saw me dump the fucking, we've been soaking wet, you know, you saw me, everything's fucking wet, but it sucks, and I see no reason to endure this misery to prove to some people some shit that's not even probably going to prove it to them. They're probably going to come up with some shit and be like, oh, well, if you would have stayed out there 5 more hours, you would be shivering and die or some shit. Like, you know, like, no, that's not the case. If I was to stay out here 5 more hours, I would have got probably another 2 hours of shitty sleep before I had to wake up and go pee and fucking walk around again to get my warmth back up before I slide back in and then wait a whole another fucking hour. You know, because it takes like an hour for this shit to warm up. you know. And even then, only the part on the thermarest is warm. The top part's just cold. Not fucking kill you cold, but miserable cold, right? So, that's why I'm packing it in here. Again, I apologize. I will return to the positive Twiggy. I understand that haters gonna hate. But you know what? You show me your video of you dumping, you know, water all over your sleeping gear and your fucking camping gear, and you go hang out for 5 hours in fucking 3-degree weather, and then you can, you know, hate, I guess. Whatever you want to do. But I'm packing it in. I got a fucking stove in there. Yeah, my apologies for being an asshole. God. If this doesn't prove it to you, I really don't know what will. Swear to God, haven't shivered once. Cold. Miserable. No hypothermia, man. I know it might be hard for you guys to believe. And see, that's the thing, okay? This isn't how the EWLS is going to operate. I'm not going to go camping like this for fucking fun, you know. I just want the EWLS to be able to do it. And the EWLS is able to do it. Okay? And I think I proved that, you know, enough here. And I'm done suffering. Who knows? All the haters might be like, oh, he bitched out. Yeah, I don't know. I don't care. Anyone who knows anything knows that 5 hours soaking wet in 3-degree weather, you know, the shit works, all right? If you don't think it does, hey, don't use it. Not trying to force anything on anybody. So, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm going to go sit by a fire and have a baller night. Salud.